From LALATE News headquarters in Santa Monica, this is Mornings LALATE.
It's a big early morning with incredible great news about your fourth stimulus check update of 2021. In this recording, we'll go over that monthly stimulus check and why the Democrats are likely to give you more months of checks. As more Democrats are speaking out about this, urging the President of the United States to get those stimulus checks out the door. Then we go over the incredible great news about that $3.5 trillion recon. Done deal. On Monday, they call the vote. I'll have all the details of what's happening on that incredible vote on Monday. Then we cut to the big money that is available in this fourth stimulus recon and the big money that you're going to pound and get across the board. We go over the breaking news about what Steny Hoyer has us in place for on Monday and what are we going into next. Then we go into fifth stimulus, which raises your benefits up a lifetime and has the biggest payout we've ever seen in the history of this channel for SSI and SSDI, Social Security and Railroad benefits. The heat is up, the surf is up, and I have all the incredible deliciousness as we go into big early mornings broadcasts, starting right now. You made it to the weekend. Congratulations as we go into a big new week upon us. And the vote is heating up as House members are coming back into town to do your recon. I have all the incredible details on a big early mornings broadcast. But how are you? Subscribe. For 400,000 subscribers, a YouTube record. I want you to hit that subscribe button right now. Like the video, 2,000-3,000 likes, and consider becoming a member. So much happening across the board. And this is LALATE, America's only 24-hour day, 7 days a week financial news channel in America. Live in the morning, taped in the afternoons. Coming up next is Overnight's Crypto. This video will automatically take you there. And then at 9 a.m. is Mornings LALATE live on air. If you've seen what's been going on over the last few days, there has been an outage of the alert system for members on YouTube. And so people are not getting alerts across the board. So here is this morning's schedule. You're currently watching Early Mornings LALATE. If you missed it before this, there was Overnights at 3 a.m. and Street and Stimulus at 3:30. They're currently on the channel. But right after this video, it'll automatically take you into Overnight's Crypto. Then join me at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for Mornings LALATE live on air, a brand new show. Then 9:45 a.m. live on air, Mornings Crypto. And then 11 a.m. live on air, noontime. Then in the afternoon, we go into afternoons at 1, the new afternoons at 3, and then the new evenings at LALATE at 5. Then after that, we go into our evening shows with Street and Stimulus, Sirloin at 8 o'clock, all the regular shows at 9 o'clock, your Overnights show, and then Purple thereafter. But subscribe. 400,000 subscribers, a YouTube record. I want you part of this channel. Hit that subscribe button, like the video, and consider becoming a member. How's the weather where you are? It's been beautiful here the last 2 days, with the exception of, the YouTube outages. So other than that, it's been all very good. So jump in the live chat, tell me where you're tuning in from, and how's the weather. I am on social media around the clock more than usual, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, getting out the programming schedule. It's the same programming schedule to ensure that you do not miss videos because people are missing videos. I mean, there's no way around it because there's no alert system. But let's get to the breaking news. House versus Senate, Senate versus House. In this fourth stimulus check update of 2021, so many breaking details with more House members and more senators saying you need a monthly stimulus check. Let's go over all the deliciousness starting right now. When we looked at the House pandemic plus 1 year stimulus check, we thought maybe that was the best payout. But a lot of other people have come out and talked about it in the last few days. So let's go over everything you need to know, starting with Warren, Sanders, and co. The senators, Democrats, progressives, saying there should be a monthly stimulus check. They say monthly, but they don't say the amount. Then we go over to the House. They say monthly, but they do say the amount. $2,000. AOC, Omar. There you go. Let's see who else is asking for checks. House Ways and Means. Members, these are House members. Monthly, yes. Amount, they don't say. For stimulus across the board. They also say there should be a fifth stimulus check. They don't say monthly, and they also don't say the amount. The American petition, 2.8 million Americans signed a petition. It says monthly, and it says an amount of $2,000. And finally, the House bill, pandemic plus 1 year, $2,000 after the first month, $1,000 thereafter. And that House bill would likely pay the full extent of that because guess what? The pandemic ain't over. If you vote House of Senate right now, jump in the live chat and tell me where you're tuning in from and how's the weather. Boy, a lot of details suggesting that the House bill would pay at least 12 checks, which would be at least $13,000. Number one, Ross Department Stores yesterday gave earnings guidance for third quarter 2021. After record sales earlier this year, they actually advised down, saying we're not going to meet expectations at all. Wall Street looking to over $1 a share. They came in at 60 cents, they say, because Delta's going to hurt our business later this year. And also Apple announcing that its employees do not have to come back into the office until at least January 2022 because of Delta. There you go. Monthly stimulus check, yes, most common denomination and most common amount, $2,000, but that House bill is $1,000. Vote House or Senate and tell me where you're tuning from and how's the weather. Who gets this first stimulus check? You do. Single individual, $75,000 or less. Democrats represent you get one. Married couple, $150,000 less. Democrats represent you get a stimulus check and double it. Family of four, Democrats represent you get a fourth stimulus check, quadruple it. And if you're on benefits, SSI, SSDI, Social Security, Railroad benefits, Democrats represent you get one as well. The fourth stimulus check is not income, it's not taxable. And the fourth stimulus check is not a waivable check. So if you see Donetta or Donetto at the beach, don't wave, because they are not a waivable check, and the check is not waivable either. And there you go. Just try not to wave at Donetto or Donetta. There you go. There's Donetta. So who gets this fourth stimulus check and when do they happen? All those details coming up later. But first, here's a preview of the second half of this video. Done deal. $3.5 trillion of checks are coming to you under the fourth stimulus recon, mostly application-based. And I have all the incredible great news about that in the second half of this video. Then the third part, we go over the breaking news, student loan debt forgiveness, SNAP, and more. And then the vote-in. And what is Steny Hoyer's comments about next week vote have as a secret sort of slanted in their comment that signals maybe we're going in an interesting direction. I have all the breaking news that you're going to hear in the final 15 minutes of this video. Stay to the very end. But first, let's get some money. Let's get some money. You know, I'm really excited for you because overnight I got more comments from viewers who got money just in the last day. And here are new comments. Sharon telling me she got $2,700 for SNAP. Congratulations. And Lainey telling me she got $13,000 for rent from watching this channel. She also got PPP back earlier this year. Yesterday, the day before, Johnny told me he got $12,000 for SNAP. Kathy getting $13,000 for rent and water and SNAP, $6,000. And Helen getting rent, electric, water, and wow, she getting the triple crown. So get that pen and paper ready. Let's get some big sums of money because, boy, you deserve it. When you get some rent, utilities, food, or internet, get that pen and paper ready. And when we talk about rent, we usually think that maybe it's just a couple thousands of dollars, but it's not. It's a lot more than that. Let's look and see how much people are getting for rent. Are you ready? Bam. Wow. Elizabeth as a Purple Hawk getting $27,000 from this channel. Mark, $25,000 for rent. Nancy, $24,000. Richard, $22,000. And Nisi, $20,000 for rent. The success stories continue to come in overnight. Well, we saw early this week that Jennifer got $5,000 for rent. Randy got rent. Jennifer got 3 items, actually. Randy got 2 items. Tiffany got 3 items, included in there, $13,000 for rent. Carla getting 2 items, including some utilities. Pamela, $12,000 for rent. And Cecilia getting a delicious $1,200 for heap. That's a heap. Well, how much are other people getting for utilities? Bam. Oh, there's Mark and Nancy. 2 items for them already. $7,000 and $6,000. How about some SNAP? Money for food and utilities. You ready for this deliciousness? Bam. Oh, my goodness. Louie getting $18,000 for SNAP. And there's John, $10,000 to $12,000, and Nancy, $5,000. She got the triple crown. She got 3 items. We had a couple of viewers overnight got 3 items. We had Helen get 3 items. Kathy get 3 items. Okay, who else is going to join them? My goodness. Great job, Nancy. $32,000 for 3 items. Nisi, $23,000 for 3 items. And Mark, $32,000 for, excuse me, that was 2 items. Wait a second. How did Mark get on my graphic about 3 items when he only got 2? Let me go over what happened. Mark had got to 2 at 32,000. I said on camera for a week, I said, Mark, go get some Snap because it's a Snap. It's very easy to get. And within just days, within less than 5 days, Mark got Snap. He also reached out to his neighbor and said, hey, that kid, LALATE, he knows his stuff. Go get some money for rent. The neighbor went from $0 to $20,000 of rent in just a few days, less than 5 days. And Mark went from $0 to some amount for Snap in just less than 5 days. How much? $19,000, bringing his grand total to $50,500. And boy, we are not done there yet because there is lots of money being gotten by viewers, and Lorraine gets it even bigger at $105,000. And this is what we've been doing from this channel, and this is LA. We've been getting big sums of money since day one. When the channel launched on April 25th, people had applied for that EIDL loan and EIDL grant and not getting approved. So I launched this channel to help get people approved, and I did their applications on air and off air, answering their questions, setting up a separate social media account for them, the private, doing questions and answers, doing their application approvals offline, and getting 10 a day at $150,000 a pop. $25 million of EIDL loans approved off air because of me and a volunteer. And then we went to second stimulus in the fall. There was no third stimulus check coming, no second stimulus check coming, but I got viewers $250,000. Paid their rent, their utilities, their food, and their internet. And Tyrone, his family of 4 out of Boston, getting $15,000 of rent from December to the spring. And now we're getting more money than ever before because of you, the Purple Hawks. You're pouncing and getting big sums of money. So get that pen and paper ready, starting right now, and let me go over all the incredible details, starting with the incredible sums of money. But first, some introductory remarks. Number 1, I'm going to show you 6 places to reach out to. So the first one may be a no. Keep on pushing. Each one has different eligibility. If one says no, reach out to the next. Number 2, they have their own pots of money. Number 3, you're going to likely start with the city, but the city may be very small where you live. So understand, I'm going to show you city, county, and state. Next, every state has money across the board. Every state has money across the board. Maybe the small little town that you live in doesn't have the money, but it's certainly available in one of the 6 places I'm going to show you. Also, listen to the keywords I'm about to tell you because they really help get people approved. And finally, do not insert new eligibility criterions. They have no money for people who sit in front of surfboards. No, that's not true. And there you go. You ready? You're going to reach out to your city hall, your city house authority, your county hall, your county house authority, your state hall, your state house authority. And the keywords you're going to say are rent assistance because of COVID, rent or mortgage utility assistance because of COVID. You don't say words they don't know, like a stimulus or Mitch's wonderful singing career. They just don't know that. They don't want to know that. And there you go. If you got money for rent or utilities, post it in the live chat right now. Now let's turn to Snap. What is Snap? Snap is money for food. How do you get it? Department of Agriculture, reach out to them. Eligibility is easier than a stimulus check. Mark got $19,000. Lynn Glenn got it for herself, her son, and her mom, Gail, got as well. John got $10,000 to $12,000, and Louie got $18,000. How much does it pay? A family of 4 out of Hawaii upwards throughout much of this year got upwards of $16,000. Why so much money? Because of executive orders. But if you heard the breaking news live on air on this channel on Monday, you heard it here first. Those executive orders are expiring. 15% going away. Because Biden picked up the phone and called Department of Agriculture Monday and said, hey, we're expiring and we're not going to do any more executive orders. You're going to fix it and you're going to pay more money. And they are. The announcement on Monday was the following. That effective this October, everyone's SNAP benefits, whether you are on them or you go on them later on, are going up to upwards of an average of 25% a person. Lifetime automatic starting in October. Oh my goodness, it's incredible great news. So like Marco got $19,000 is heading to $25,000 annualized. It's incredible. If you have a success story for Snap, post in the live chat right now. Let's cut to that money for rent utility. Let's cut to that money coming back from your state due to overpayment of unemployment benefits. It's landing by direct deposit. It's due to that computer error. Always the computer error. And it's coming by direct deposit. Can you track it? Yeah. Contact your state and say, hey, state, where's that check due to computer error? One viewer got $3,000, one viewer got $5,000. I don't know, sir. I've been outside with a range of color options. Sir Lloyd, are you at the unemployment office now? We'll find out more soon. And if you got this big pot of money, post a live chat. The last pot is the money coming back from your state. actually for the federal government, due to payment of your taxes on those unemployment benefits of 2020. Margaret got it, Cog got it, and Michael got it. The average payment is a waivable check, yes, of $1,200 to $1,400. Mark reports he got $1,400 coming this month, coming all month long. More about that in a second. But first, if you're in the live chat and you've not posted your success stories for rent, utilities, or food, or internet, please do, because when you do, you inspire other people to get these big sums of money across the board that are available in these stimulus packages. A lot of us never knew that, for example, SNAP even existed. Larry Maui never heard of it until he found this channel. Now he's getting $500 a month, a lifetime, because he found this channel. A lot of people never thought that utilities would pay into the thousands of dollars. And then people never knew about 3 items. Art Sullivan inspired us by getting 3 items. So did Nisi. Now Mark and Nancy and countless other viewers, including the ones last night, are getting 3 items. And finally, we're seeing that the monies are going bigger and bolder. So post your success stories because you inspire all of us. And with that, can we track that unemployment refund check? Yes. Go to irs.gov and do a transcript search, and 70% of the time it'll work. It'll reveal the taxes you pay and the taxes you tax return you filed, and it'll reveal stuff you never really knew nor wanted to ever see. Like when Mitch danced on Star Search, was it to Pat Boone or was it to the Macarena? And then 70% of the time it will reveal the refund check you're getting. Can we top that? Yes. As we go into the second part of your first stimulus check update of 2021, starting right now, deal done. $3.5 trillion of checks are coming to you under the fourth stimulus recon. Now let's first go over what those checks are, and let's go over why it's a deal done. First, the recon, before they started the whole process, the Democrats on the House and the Senate side met with the president and agreed upon a price tag before ever starting the recon. Price tag, $3.5 trillion. So on Monday, they're calling a vote, and that vote is ceremonial because it's going to pass in the blink of an eye. They then go into the recon substance thereafter. Number 2, it's all checks for the American people. First, second, third stimulus packages this big. Fourth, this big. So it's a lot of money to put stimulus checks and other things in there. All for you. Also, the prior stimulus package is nearly 80% for corporations. This is all your money. And then finally, this has to be passed at the same time that roads and bridges are passed. So everyone wants roads and bridges. So this is going to pass because the president says, I have to have both on my desk at the same time. How do we get to this wonderful spot? By taking roads and bridges out of the recon and putting it into the bipartisan. A conservative publication confirms my reporting. The higher the price tag was on the recon before, the harder it was to pass. There you go. But by allowing the Democrats to take out some of the spending from the recon, roads and bridges put in the bipartisan, the overall price tag of the recon got smaller. In other words, the bipartisan made the recon passable, and vice versa. Now, that price tag has been agreed upon before they started the whole process. $3.5 trillion. And that's what Representative Richie Torres and also Representative Ilhan Omar had said. Torres, we have to have a larger recon. Omar saying we have to have a recon that goes as far as we want it. Because guess what? She wants stimulus checks in there as well. You saw her in the opening graphic. The president told the Democrats to protect the recon because everything in there is checks for the American people, progressive checks. Jalapal confirms that. She's, of course, the author of that monthly stimulus check bill. And Shantz says the progressive priorities are the White House's own priorities, quoting the White House. So what is a recon? What is a bipartisan? What is a recon substantive? And what is a recon procedural? Let's go over all the details starting right now. Recon and bipartisan have to both land on the president's table in the White House to become both law. He said, I'm not doing one without the other. So recon is your money, also called reconciliation, also called the budget bill, also called the Democratic spending plan or the progressive spending plan. Price tag $3.5 trillion, and the biggest payout we've ever seen in this history's channel. Bipartisan, also called roads and bridges. Price tag $1.5 trillion, not your money. We have 3 bodies of law we got to do. Recon procedural, recon substantive, and then bipartisan. Recon procedural goes for that vote on Monday. That's an easy one. Price tag, $3.5 trillion. Do you agree? I do. Then committee, number 1, you're getting $10 of that. Do you agree? I do. That's all it's doing. Total price tag and then how much each committee gets. Then recon substantive says, okay, now a committee has been given $10. How is it going to spend the money? Who is it going to spend the money on? And that is why we have to push, because they're spending the money. You just got to make sure They spend the money the right way. How do we get to the spot? From Jalopal, who recently wrote Schumer a letter saying, "Chuck called a vote on the recon." That letter was signed by 12 House Democrats, part of the 100+, who recently wrote the president a letter saying, "We're going to be putting monthly forced stimulus checks in the forced stimulus recon." Can we top that? Yes. As 7 members of the House Ways and Means Subcommittee recently wrote the president a letter saying, "We're going to be putting monthly forced stimulus checks in that forced stimulus recon." Whoa, Purple Power. They're promising those monthly stimulus checks, but they're not the only ones. As you saw in the opening of this video, there's now a lot of Democrats on both the House and Senate side that say we need stimulus checks in there. On the Senate side, we have Warren, Sanders, and also Wyden. On the House side, AOC and Omar at $2,000 a pop. We have the House bill, we have the House Ways and Means Subcommittee members, which we just went over, and then, of course, we have the American petition. Can we top that? Yes. Biden did it. 8 weeks ago today, he went overseas and had a ceremonial signature. The real signature came days later. It's for the global minimum corporate tax rate. And now it's easy breezy because it's not in the recon. It's now law. Because it's not in the recon, it makes the recon easier to do. Easier to write it, easier to write the recon, easier to vote on the recon, easier to call the vote on the recon, and easier to vote in favor of the recon and pass it because this confusing thing is not in there. Can we top that? Yes. As we go into the final 15 minutes of this video, a lot of breaking news. Student loan debt forgiveness, mortgage assist, the incredible great news about SNAP, and more about the big voting process that's happening on Monday. Then we're going to go over fifth stimulus and why Purple Hawks are going to be able to pounce better than anyone else. But first, here's a little bit of a preview of that. Fourth stimulus is mostly application-based, in addition to the stimulus checks. But if you've gotten any sum of money from this channel because you've listened to the videos and you've learned and you picked up the phone and you got $100 from the utilities company or $200 for SNAP, then you already got the skill. You've learned and you have applied the skill. But if you haven't, I want you to do it today. I want you to get a couple $100. And then if you can't get the rest of some of the money, reach out to the volunteers. Where are they? They're on the community page. It's news.lalate.com/community. The link is in the description of this video where it says an emoji of a house. Click the link, it'll send you over to the community page. It's news.lalate.com/community. And I'll be back with you as the next 60 seconds and the final 15 minutes of this video heats up. If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.lalate.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE Daily for the excitement of the new LALATE live daily. The excitement starts on mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. Home LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LALATE at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LALATE. And the excitement continues on Big Early Mornings broadcasts direct from Santa Monica this beautiful morning. In the second half of this video, we'll be going over why fourth stimulus is so important because it's mostly application-based, and how you're going to pounce as a Purple Hawk and get big sums of money. We go over that vote that's happened on Monday and what it means for you as a Purple Hawk. We'll be going over what the president put in there and what you should anticipate across the board. Then we cut to fifth stimulus, which raises your benefits up, and this is automatic. Meantime, we go to the big money that is happening this week. We go over student loan debt forgiveness and more, and all the other surprises like SNAP that are happening. It's a Big Early Mornings broadcast, and it continues right now with you from Santa Monica. How are you? Thank you for joining me on a big morning. So subscribe, 400,000 subscribers on YouTube. Record I want you part of this family. Hit that subscribe button right now. Like the video, 3,000 likes, and consider becoming a member. If you're just joining me, yes, there's been an outage of the YouTube alert system for now 2-3 days. So members are not getting alerts of the videos, and a lot of people can't find the videos. I'm going to be showing you the programming schedule coming up later in this video. Again, this video will take you automatically into Overnight's Crypto, and then the next show is at 9 a.m. about 4 hours from now, as Mornings LA goes back on air live. Meantime, the President of the United States, during his campaign trail for president, said he was going to raise your benefits up a lifetime. He did not do that, and so now the Democrats are vowing to take care of this for you in what is called fifth stimulus. Fifth stimulus heats up in just days. Fifth stimulus raises your benefits up if you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security and Railroad benefits. They draft this in September, then call for vote in November. Benefits would hit in November approximately. Let's go over all the details starting right now. First, who gets this? Everyone on benefits. They'll raise your benefits up a lifetime. Then they'll remove the asset limit. Add an inflationary benchmark, then remove the marriage penalty and remove the income exclusion. Let's go over all the details of this starting right now. First two, you, if you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, Railroad benefits, Veterans benefits, SSA, or multiple beneficiaries. They'll raise your benefits up a lifetime. Then they'll apply a new benchmark. What is it? Inflation. And where is it going? It's going to be transitory. Fancy word to say it's a temporary spike before coming on back down. Jay Powell, your head of the Federal Reserve, this week released his Fed minute notes from last month, and they suggest tapering is coming maybe later this year. Tapering is because of inflationary worries. And if inflation's going up, how high is it going? I'm appointed maybe about a 5% spike before it comes back down in December, before it settles down next year. So let's do the analysis. First, they'll raise your benefits up, then they'll apply a new benchmark. And if that benchmark is 5%, you'll go up another 5% a lifetime. Because once your benefits go up, they never go down. Then they'll remove the asset cap, dating back to a 1980s law. This says you can't stay on benefits of more than $3,000 and have more than $3,000 on hand. It's going away. And then they're going to remove the income cap, dating back to a 1960s law that says you can't work and stay on benefits. It's going to go away. And finally, the marriage penalty, it's going to end. And viewers like Rob and Sandy will be able to get the pair dance going at their wedding and no longer fear a loss of benefits. Your benefits will be restored and no longer fear a loss of benefits. And there you go. That is fifth stimulus. Will there be a fifth stimulus check? The Democratic House Ways and Means Committee represent their will. Finally, if you're in the live chat and you notice people that have a purple hawk emoji next to your name and you don't have one, why not? Go down into this video and click the link where it says join here, because you want to become a member of this channel and become a Purple Hawk, a Calcino VIP, or Purple Power. Let me tell you why. Purple Hawks this week have been doing great jobs. They've been getting massive sums of money under all these stimulus packages because that's where the big payout is. Daily from the YouTube community page, I deliver to members a breakdown of all the big money under first stimulus, second stimulus, and third stimulus, and what's proposed under fourth and fifth. Here's what you need to know, is that when second stimulus is passed, it wasn't coming. It wasn't coming, that $600 stimulus check. So I showed viewers, hey, go get this money here, rent. Getting $250,000, like Tyrone and his family four out of Boston, $15,000, $16,000 for rent to the new year. But after that, what happened was I launched Purple Hawks in January. I said, sure, there's a $1,400 stimulus check. You're going to get it, spend, and say, where's the next money? That's not going to cut it. I'm going to get you $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 money right now, not 5 weeks from now, 5 months from now. That was my expression. And I said, I can get you $14,000. Well, you see in this video, viewers getting $32,000, $40,000, $50,000, $100,000, because Purple Hawks are now learning to pounce. It's also a mindset, because you see the great mindset shift that we have is that we all know we're getting forced stimulus. We all know it's confirmed at $3.5 trillion. We all know it's going to be there. But how about some cash today? How about this cash this week? And now you see Sharon getting $2,700 a snap this week. Laney getting $13,000 of rent this week. You see all the other success stories of people saying, you know what? I got that message. I understand. I'm not going to wait around for 4 stimulus. I'm going to get all this big money right now. Kathy, $13,400 for rent. And I love Helen's story. She didn't stay with one. She got for the Triple Crown. She got some $4,000 for rent, but she didn't stop. She went and got some electric, and she got water. I always say get as many items as you can. And there you go. So consider becoming a member. Let's go into the final 15 minutes of this video, starting right now. Deal done. $3.5 trillion of checks are coming to you in the American fourth stimulus package. Now let's go over what this is and separate this from stimulus checks. The fourth stimulus recon, enormous. It's 3.5 trillion. The first stimulus this big, second, third, this big, fourth, this big. There's a lot of room to put stimulus checks in there, especially because the prior stimulus packages were almost all for corporations and still got a stimulus check in there. This stimulus package is all for you, nothing for corporations. So there's a lot of room to put a stimulus check in there. But the recon, the rest of it, is all generally confirmed. I'll tell you why. Number one, the price tag was agreed upon before they started. So this coming Monday, Steny Hoyer is having them back in town. He issued that order saying, you are ordered back into town by the 23rd in the evening. Get ready to vote. More about that letter in a second. So the vote on this is going to be very simple, 3.5 trillion. They already agreed upon this before they started. They also agreed upon what committee is getting what. That's very easy. So then the next question is substantive. Okay, how are the subcommittees going to spend the money? How are those committees going to spend the money? Well, this is where it gets great news because it's all on you. It's all spent on you. And here's a preview of some of the items proposed, even though it's not bill yet. Free school meals for all, checks. Tax break checks. Cheaper prescription medication checks. Checks for seniors, checks for workers, alike. Checks for free internet, and also checks for farmers, checks for workers like independent contractors, checks for collective bargaining, and lots of checks for seniors, like checks for hearing, checks for vision, checks for dental, and checks for lowering eligibility age across the board. All right, so when they call that vote, pretty simple, then what? Well, this is one thing you're not going to catch anywhere else but on this channel. When you look at the Steny Hoyer letter, he says, you got to get back into town and be ready to start voting on the 23rd, and you're not leaving till we're done. Not going out to surf, not going to the casino. No, not leaving till they're done. A clue in there? Yeah, there's a massive clue in there. The clue is that the senators are gone and the House members are coming back and staying. Well, I had told you over the last week that I had heard rumblings and rumors that the recon substantive will start on the House side first, not the Senate side. And this is why Steny Hoyer's comment lines up. Because if the Senate's gone, well, the House can do the recon substantive now and have it ready for when the senators come back into town. Oh boy, that is great news. So let's go over all the details. Steny Hoyer says basically get back in town to call the vote on the recon procedural. Very simple, 10 seconds. And then start working on the voting on the recon substantive. This is big because remember, recon substantive was always to be written by the subcommittees of the House. Those subcommittees in the House are the ones dedicated to write subject matters in the Constitution, and they're the lead authors, not the Senate subcommittees. So the House subcommittees likely still the authors. 10 pages, let's say, per subcommittee. 10 subcommittees, they send those pages up. Who does it go to? Originally, we thought it was going to go to Schumer with an S on it, but it may go to Nancy with an H on it, and that would make brilliant sense because they're coming back in town and not leaving the House members. Now, remember, they have not just started working on the recon substantive just days ago or next week. They've been working on it all along. We're just talking about the vote, and this is why this is great news. Now, ultimately, when they got that ready for a vote this coming week, potentially the recon substantive, you got to push purple power because remember, they may spend the money the wrong way because they're now tasked with the issue of how do I spend the money. And that's why I brought back seats for stimulus. Hashtag seats for stimulus. 6 House seats are up for grab. Ironically, it's the House seats that are up for grabs, and they're the ones taking the lead again. And those 6 House seats could determine if the House goes more Democratic or the House goes more Republican. You got to push purple power because ultimately you have to ensure that they spend the money the right way. Warren and Sanders and AOC and Omar and then all these other people want to have you to have these stimulus checks, but you got to ensure that they push across the board and do it correctly. And there you go. Then we have big news about student loan debt forgiveness. If you were a disabled individual and you have a student loan debt, it will now be forgiven. It seems illogical that this wasn't done years ago, but the Biden administration this week said that student loan debts carried by disabled people are now forgiven. Also, you heard earlier in this video that the SNAP benefits are increased now 25% on average, lifetime for all recipients. automatically starting October. You don't have to do anything, and that includes new applicants as well. Forced stimulus is really incredible, great news because it is the biggest payout we've ever seen on this channel. But if you've been with this channel since day one, you understand what stimulus is and how it works. Stimulus has always been application-based. Whether it was PEBT, picking up the phone and saying, oh, I got to get an increase because of PEBT. I have SNAP, but I need to have more money for it. Or PPP, calling up the intermediary. Or PUA or EIDL. It's always been application-based. And here's what you need to know, is that no one is saying that the stimulus check is application-based. No, I'm not saying the stimulus check is application-based. I'm saying that $3.5 trillion in committees is going to stay in the committees. When you do a stimulus check comes from IRS, comes from Department of Treasury. They're just sending you a check. But if you want free internet, if you want free dental, if you want checks for dental, checks for internet, if you want checks for farmers, if you want any of these checks or social services reforms or things like that, then those checks are not at IRS. IRS has never sent out a check to you for your teeth. Have you ever heard that? No, I've never heard that. That is why the money is given to the department that administers the funds. And those departments are where you get it. And if you've gotten 1 pound of pennies or 100 pounds of pennies or $100 or $10,000 from this channel from applying and pick up the phone for something before, then you're going to do really well. Because forced stimulus is predominantly pick up the phone and get this money. That's what stimulus has always been on this channel. And across the board, that is how you're going to do very well because you have now conquered with third stimulus one item. But in the meantime, as we wait for forced stimulus to become a law, as we wait to pounce as Purple Hawks under forced stimulus, we're not sitting around and doing nothing or walking on the beach looking beautiful. We are picking up the surfboard and surfing right into cashing some checks under third stimulus. That third stimulus money is there available for you right now, and I'm so excited that viewers have now refocused to say, yeah, I want the news about forced stimulus. I want to know what I'm getting. I want to know how much I'm getting. I want to know how it works. But I also want to know how to get money this week. And I want to cash some checks this week. And that's why I congratulate these viewers like Kathy and Lainey and John and Helen that got money in just the last few days, and Sharon. And I congratulate all the other viewers that got money the week before, like Cecilia and Jennifer and Randy. It's your week to do it. It's your day to do it as well. So pick up the phone, go to a website, push and get that money. City Hall, City House Authority. County Hall, County House Authority. State Hall, State House Authority. Reach out to all of them. Don't just start with one and stop. I reached out to my city. My city has 400 people. They said, we only have 400 people. Why do you think there's money here? Yeah, of course there's not going to be any money. It's only 400 people there. But you live in a state that got an equal disbursement as every other state got it. So that's why I'm showing you the city, the county, and state level across the board. Meantime, if you're just joining me late in this early morning's broadcast, I'll give you the update about the YouTube platform. There has been an outage since Wednesday of all alerts to members on this channel via the community page. I'm hearing that people are getting alerts from their cell phones, which is great. That is where the cell phone sends like a text message or a beep that there's a new video going live at the moment. But the YouTube community page is a way that I have always used to communicate with members saying, hi, here's a video coming up in 15 minutes. Here's a video playing right now. Here's a video that started 10 minutes from now. And that's been down since Wednesday. So we really as a family have to work together and ensure we remember the programming schedule. It's always been the same, but here it is so you understand the alert system may still be down this day as well. You're currently watching Early Mornings LA. The asterisk means it's a new show. Stream Stimulus aired before this at 3:30, and then Overnights was at 3 a.m. right before that. Those, of course, were reruns. Then, coming up at 9 a.m. is Mornings LA. This is Pacific Standard Time. This is a new show. Then 9:45 Mornings Crypto. Then we go into noontime at 11 a.m. Then after that is Evenings LA. And then after Evenings LA, after noontime, we go into Afternoons LA, which is a rerun, the 1 o'clock. The 3 o'clock is the new Afternoons LA. Then Evenings LA at 5 p.m. Then we go into our reruns, Street and Stimulus, Sirloin, Overnights at 9 o'clock, and then Purple. And with that, we'll have a lot of fun across the board. So I look forward to seeing you on Overnights Crypto. This video will take you right into that. playing right now on this channel. So stay here. This video will take you automatically into Overnight's Crypto. And then as we approach the 9 o'clock hour, I'll give you the link inside the Overnight's Crypto saying, hey, here comes Mornings LA at 9 a.m. So subscribe. 400,000 subscribers on YouTube record. I want you part of this family. Hit that subscribe button. Like this video, 2,000-3,000 likes, and share the videos, and consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Calcino VIP. Stay informed, stay focused, and stay with LA for more.